If you just read newspaper articles about Joker, you'd think it was about woke culture or being alt-right, but that's not true at all. If you actually watch the movie, you'd think it's about rich versus poor, and although that's kind of true, it's not really the point of this movie. The point of this movie isn't about money. We've seen movies about greed before, and they all look the same. They're about big mansions, fast cars, and supermodels, but we don't really see any of that in Joker. It's not even really about how little money Arthur has in his poverty. Isn't really what's focused on in Joker. The biggest differences between the haves and have-nots isn't just about how much money is in their wallets. It's about two really specific things: power and recognition. These are symbolised pretty clearly by two of the main characters. Power is symbolised by the billionaire Thomas Wayne, and recognition is symbolised by the celebrity Murray Franklin. So let's start with power. The whole point of the first 30 minutes of this movie is to show you one thing: Arthur Fleck is completely powerless. He's one of life's victims. Seriously, just look at the plot of this guy's life at the start of this movie. He gets his sign stolen from him and he can't stop it from being taken. He chases the kids and cannot catch them. They assault him and he can't defend himself. He then gets yelled at from his boss for losing the sign. Now, it sucks to have bad things happen to you, but these aren't just bad things. They all have one thing in common. They are things that just happen to him. This is contrasted by Thomas Wayne, who has all the power in the world. He can change society just by thinking about it. He is even running for mayor to get more power. Arthur's mother writes to Thomas Wayne every day because she knows that he could change their lives forever with a flick of his finger. Wayne has a thing that Arthur does not have. He has power. The second thing that Arthur doesn't have is a recognition. People don't notice Arthur. He is invisible in society. He is overlooked and ignored. At one point he says, "Until a while ago, it was like nobody ever saw me, and I didn't even know if I existed." We see this through the way that Arthur watches TV. He doesn't just watch TV, he dreams about being on it with his hero Murray Franklin. Murray has all the celebrity and recognition that he could want, and Arthur can only dream of that. Even in his daydreams, he doesn't imagine being Murray. He just imagines what it'd be like for Murray to say nice things about him. Arthur would do anything for the tiniest bit of recognition. Murray has the second thing Arthur doesn't: recognition. This is how Arthur's character is built. It is not built on his character traits, it's built on the things that he lacks: power and recognition. This is the difference between the have and the have-nots in this movie. It's not about yachts or fast cars or money, it's about who controls society and who is ignored. People like Murray and Wayne have all the power and recognition in the world, and everyone else is powerless and invisible. Now, Arthur lacks these things for the most of the movie, but he actually finds them in the scene on the train. Again, you can see how much power these Wall Street guys have in this situation. Look how much power they have over Arthur and this woman. They then start to assault Arthur, and once again he is powerless to stop them. But he finds a way to take back control: violence. This is the turning point for Arthur, because it's the first time he has ever had power of any kind, and he got it through sheer violence, and it foreshadows what is to come. On top of that, the media frenzy he creates give him the other thing that he was missing: recognition. All of a sudden, he is the most famous man in Gotham, the killer clown. The first time in his life that he feels like he has as much control as someone like Thomas Wayne and as much recognition as Murray Franklin. This is when he gives one of the best lines in the movie. The other big thing that is misunderstood in this movie is what the laughter means. Smiling and laughter are one of the most common things found in the film, but it can be kind of hard to understand why. Why does Arthur keep forcing himself to smile? Why does he have to have that demented laugh? It is easy to think it's just a quirky character trait, but it's not. It means something. Take Arthur's smile as an example. In the first scene of the movie, he has forced himself to smile, but it's fake and it drops quickly. You can also see him crying, which shows that the smile doesn't match how he is feeling on the inside. At the end of the movie, we see him force on the smile again, but this time it becomes real. Take his laugh as well. Compare his laugh at the beginning to the movie to his laugh at the end. His laughter at the end is so much more natural. This is not just a coincidence. We see Arthur go through a big transformation, and it's all to do with laughter and smiling. The movie doesn't shy away from this either. It tells you through multiple times. I mean, look at these quotes. I used to think my life was a tragedy, but now I realise it is a comedy. I do think it's funny, and I am tired of pretending it's not. You used to tell me my laugh was a condition, but it isn't. It's the real me. Arthur transforms from someone who suppresses his laughter to someone who accepts it as a true part of himself. So, what does this mean? Arthur's laugh reflects his hatred of society. At the start of the movie, he tries to repress it, but it comes out when people are cruel to him. When society beats him down the most, that is when we hear him the loudest. It shows just how much he hates society deep down and how much he represses that. Repressing how he feels is shown through his mental illness as well. He says that the worst part about having a mental illness is that people may expect you to act as if you don't. That's how he feels about society in Gotham. It expects him to repress how he feels deep down. Now just look at what he says when he goes on the Murray Franklin show.
You think men like Thomas Wayne ever think what it's like to be someone like me? To be somebody but themselves? They don't. They think that we'll just sit there and take it like good little boys, that we won't werewolf and go wild.
Listen to what he says about Thomas Wayne. Thomas Wayne thinks that we will take it like good little boys. That's what Arthur does at the start of the movie. Every time he represses his laughter, he is taking it like a good little boy. When he accepts his laughter and becomes Joker, he is going werewolf. You always told me that my laughter was a condition, but it is not. It is the real me. That is what the ending means. When he expresses his true hatred for society, that is the one moment he can give